at 10 for prenatal yoga. It'll just be a little 30-minute flow for those of you at home. Right now we're going into Revive Classic, which is my favorite. Well, they're all my favorite. So we're just going to start with a nice seat. I just so happen to have a cushion here. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. You can find some of your favorite tunes to play. I'm using the classic vinyasa playlist that I found on Spotify. So find a comfy seat, maybe have some water handy. And I just want you to start by sitting up nice and tall. I think sometimes the best way to begin the day is just by grounding, which is kind of crazy because we just woke up. But it's nice to stand up and then sit right back down. And when you get here, when you arrive in this seat, just take a long breath of air all the way in the moment you get here. And then let that breath out loud. So, and just notice. The mind's going anywhere specific already. It's barely 8 o'clock on Monday, so slow your mind down just a little bit. I promise whatever you have waiting for you will be there when you're done. So just be right here, right now. Notice if anything in particular is coming up. If it is, just take a deep breath of air all the way in. And exhale love towards the thing that keeps presenting itself to you. Just notice. If you're ready, you can float the arms way up on the inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, you can bring the hands to heart center. Use this moment to continue to check in. Maybe you're really feeling super hopeful for this week. If you are, stay with that thought and that vibration during the rest of this class. I really do believe in the power of manifesting stuff. I don't know, just the idea of sending those thoughts and those feelings towards something that you really, really want, I think just helps open the door to make those things happen. So whatever it is that you're manifesting this morning, just be all there with it. Take a huge breath of air all the way in. And then exhale out loud. Alright, so let's just start in a nice familiar place. We're going to go right on into a tabletop position so we can get into cat and cow. I have been moving around a little bit this morning, so I feel a little bit more free and open than I did earlier. If this is just first bits of movement this morning for you, start by noticing your foundation. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Wrists are right underneath your shoulders. Knees are hip width or a little wider. And I just want you to start by taking that left ear over towards that left hip. Sweeping the right ear towards the right. If you have inclination to reach across as you're taking your ear towards your hip, reach across with the other opposite arm and back. Move in a way that feels unique to your body. None of us move the same, none of us breathe the same, none of us are built the same, so honor what's coming up in your body. Right here, right now, if you're in a neutral place, let's take a full breath of air all the way in the top of your belly and lift your face. And exhale, tuck your chin into your chest and arch your spine as you press the earth away. Yeah, it's good to me this morning. Big inhale. Bigger exhale. And just notice, I feel a little tight on this side of my body. You need to hang out. There's never any need to really rush to get anywhere. exhales help you do the job. One more round of this. Big breath in. Big breath out. Return to a neutral place and take a long, long breath of air all the way in. And on the breath out, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and ease back into downward facing dog. I'm not going to think too much about any of the movement today. I'm not talking ourselves out of anything. Just take a long breath of air all the way in. Fill all the way up. Empty all the way out each time. From here, we're going to take the eyes up, step up, and come up halfway on the inhale. On your exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach. And exhale, forward fold. Just going through Sun Salutation A here to begin. As usual, it's coming up halfway, full breath of air all the way in. Full breath out, plant those palms and step back to high plank. And this is your first one here. Vinyasa can really look and feel like anything. Here in our Western practice, we say high to low, up to down. So high plank to low plank, upward facing dog to downward facing dog makes up a vinyasa. But it can look like anything to you in your practice. If you need to each time just ease back to downward facing dog, that could be your vinyasa. Let's take one more big inhale. Bigger exhale. Eyes forward, step or float up. And come up halfway whenever you get there. On your exhale, fold. Let's root down through your feet and sweep up, reach up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to come up halfway. Beanie is gonna make this kind of hard for me, I think. And on your exhale, step back and float through. Whatever feels good, whatever flow is your flow, you can linger where you want to linger. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Big breath out. Let's take one more. This time you can step or float to the top of your mat and come up halfway when you get there. On your exhale, fold. And on your inhale, rise all the way up, reach. And exhale, hands to heart center. And just notice how this first initial movement feels in your body. Maybe you had a really busy weekend, but you didn't move in these directions, or maybe you had a really chill weekend and you're just happy to be on your mat. Whatever it is that you came with this morning, just be right here. The shoulders relax away from your ears, hands can be at your heart or by your side. Take one big breath in. Big breath out, hinge at your hips, and forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, plant your palms, step back to high plank. Take a vinyasa or skip it, but use your breath, whatever it is that you're doing. Ease back down. I'm not gonna take too much time to talk ourselves out of anything today, so walk your hands back towards your feet. Come all the way up, reach up. And exhale to heel your feet in towards the center line. And we're gonna set up for chair. So, again, send the energy back into your heels and have a seat. And notice whether or not one hip is trying to pop up and the other, just notice. If you feel one, like my right hip always pops up, so I have to mindfully drop it back down the line. You can reach forward, hands can be at the heart here. Toes can be towards your nose, just take a peek, make sure you can see them. Inhale to lift the heart. And exhale to forward fold. Working on a compassionate Sun Salutation B here, come halfway. And on your exhale, fold and walk it out to downward facing dog. Come back to the breath. Picking up the other half of sun B. Inhale, bring your right leg up. And step it on through and rise on up, warrior one. So just take a moment to notice your setup here in your first warrior one. You want that front heel to be somewhere in line with your back arch. And the chest is gently floating towards the front of your mat. If it doesn't completely square up, that's okay. Big inhale to bring the arms up. Big breath out to sink into it a little bit. So use the blade edge of your back foot. Use that front big toe. Big inhale. Big breath out. Take it down, flow it through. And don't think, just move. Let's take the other side. Left leg floats up. Left leg comes through. Rise on up, warrior one. Now, see what you can do about not hurting the mindset. So we always get here and we're like, woohoo, what's next? So just stay right here, heading in. See if you can liven up the blade edge of your back foot. Sink into that front. Arms up. Good. Now, big inhale, reach. Big exhale to sink. And when you're ready, inhale, exhale. Palms down, step it back, flow it through. Hang on to what feels good to you. One more of those. Big inhale and exhale. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale, rise up. Hands come to the heart as you bring your feet in towards the midline. And now have a seat and reach. Maybe change up your arm variation. If you had your hands at your heart last time, maybe reach forward. Maybe spin the pinkies to face each other. Big inhale. Big exhale. Awesome. One more. Long breath in. Long breath out. Forward fold. Inhale to come up halfway. And on your exhale, fold. Walk it back out. And no further ado, right leg up. Right leg through, rise up, warrior one. Take as long as you need here. And then take a vinyasa or head to down dog, your call. Same thing here, you have the other side waiting for you. Left leg floats up. Left leg comes through, rise up one. Come to your breath. And then take what feels good. We'll meet right here in down dog or child's pose. Work your knee. Just catch my breath and having a sip of water. Water's so good. Have some if you have some. And just notice in this moment how nice it feels to take some time for yourself first thing in the morning. We spend a lot of our day giving to other people. So it's a really nice way, I think, to wake up and give yourself something good. Feel like you hang out with that appreciation all day. So see what you can do about that. Back to the mat. Here in child's pose, just send the weight into your palms, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and ease back into downward facing dog. Let's take the right leg all the way up. Let's stack the hips, bend the knee, open up here. This is hydrant. So first of all, or first place to start, is just to roll that ankle a few times one way, in the other. And then point the toe, and flex. Find the activity that you like best. Make sure the weight is even in your hands. Eyes can go under the right arm or remain back at your left toes. Either way, take a big inhale. Big exhale, release that foot to the earth. And let's take the other side. Left leg up. Stack bend, open up here. Give that ankle some love. Full inhale. Full breath out. Release that foot when you're done. And let's take the eyes up, step or float up. Come up halfway here when we get there. On your exhale, fold. Inhale to come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Just breathe. Just keep the shoulders away from the ears and notice where the mind has gone. Really and truly check back in. You have all the time you can possibly think of to make lists and lists on lists on lists. But right now, just be right here. Big inhale, palms up. Take a back bend here if it serves you, big or small. And on your exhale, fold. Inhale to come up halfway. And on your exhale, palms to the mat. Step it back. And we're going to hang out right here in half plank for just a second. This is a great way to warm up your abs and to just notice the form and one of our foundational pieces. Take a big inhale. Eyes are at the top of the mat, heels are pushing back behind you. You'll notice if your hips are too high or not. Big breath in. Big breath out, ease back downward facing dog. The idea behind a classic practice is to get just a little bit of everything that you need for a great home practice, or for when you visit studios. You can bring that right leg up, stack your hips, bend your knee, open up. Or if you just have lingering curiosities about what your body can do, foundational yoga poses are amazing. Straighten that right leg out, step it through and rise up warrior one. Foundational yoga poses are amazing to help you discover parts of yourself. Strength that you didn't know you had. Big inhale here in one. Big exhale, open up to two. Just notice here, you can bring one hand to the heart, one to the belly. Just notice what you can do about getting into your feet so your upper body can be nice and loose. So I'm really using the blade edge of my back foot. Both of my trunk muscles are really engaged. So now if I wanted to lean way far out, I could. But here we are in warrior two. Let's take a big breath there all the way in. Flip that front palm and reverse your warrior. I have my palm tucked back here, but you can rest back here on this back leg. Just don't bear any weight. One more long inhale, reach. Long exhale back to two. Inhale to reach forward. And exhale to come into extended side angles. So you can reach for the floor, a block, the ankle, or rest the forearm here to the knee. But wherever you are, you're going to reach up or over and really find the length. I like to see how long I can go from middle fingertip all the way down to my heel. So see what kind of inhale you can take here. Find the length. Stay live in your top hand and live in your grounded hand. Your forearm here. It's going to help keep your biceps nice and engaged. Long inhale. Long breath out. One more inhale to pull up. And exhale to come back to two. Let's fill up with air. And take a vinyasa. Or if you're me, I'm easing it back to downward facing dog this time. Just more hydrant for fun. And then slowly, mindfully straighten it out, step it through, and rise up to warrior one. And then spin on open to warrior two. So I open up my back foot in warrior two a lot, so I feel like it helps ground. So just see what feels all right in your body. I also take my feet considerably wider in warrior two than I do in warrior one. So just check it out, see what kind of foundation you can give yourself. Take a big inhale, big exhale. Inhale, flip that front palm and reverse it. Put your thumb down, flip it and reverse it. Yeah, I know you heard it in your head, it's okay. One inhale, one exhale. Come over here into extended side angle. So this side might be a little different. You might go a little deeper, you might be a little more shallow. Just see what's okay. I definitely need a block on this side. So just see what's all right. Try to get the most stability that you can. Fill up with air. Empty it out. And when you feel ready, inhale and pull straight up. Come right back into two. Fill up with air. And take it down and flow it through and gently move away any props that you might have. And just arrive back here in down dog. Just notice. Just honor the thoughts coming up. Empty it out into child's pose or embryo. If you like embryo, you can bring the knees together and let the hands sweep back for the feet. Let the shoulders go if you're in embryo. If you are in child's pose, you can creep your hands around to one side of your mat and the other. If you're in a seated position, same thing. You can spin the hands around to one side and the other, just honoring a little spinal twist. And just notice any sensations coming up wherever it is that you are. Whenever you're ready, from wherever it is that you've been, bring that energy into your palms. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, ease back into downward facing dog. Bring your right leg all the way up, stack your hips, bend your knee, open up. Awesome. Full inhale. Full breath out, release that foot to the earth. Let's take the other side, left leg flips up, stacks, bends, opens. Release that foot when you're ready, and we're just gonna slowly and mindfully bring that right foot forward, and then drop that right knee down. We did a little lizard lunge in the 6 a.m. and it felt awesome, so I wanted to do it again. I'm taking my one block, and you can use a book or a box, right under the palms here. And then I'm taking my right foot all the way to the outer edge of my mat. So if you're very happy with this, you can stay right here. If you want a little more, you can roll that foot open. And if you're looking for something a little deeper, you can take the right palm of the right knee and look over the right shoulder. But mostly I just want, mostly I just want you to think about dropping your hips towards the earth as much as you can. If the twist is not for you, you can stay with both palms here on the block, or you can come on down to the forearms. Just see what feels good. Make little adjustments as you breathe. You'll find that you have more space with every single exhale. So do what you can to have a lot of inhales and a lot of exhales. The moment your mind starts to wonder when you're going to be able to get out of this posture is the minute that you need to stay just a little longer. So take 2 more long inhales. 2 more loud exhales. And then slowly ease your weight into your left forearm. Press up with your right palm. Roll your foot back down and toe heel it towards the center line. You're going to take your block tall. I'm going to press my left palm into my block and pop up. And have my front leg straight, so my right leg is straight. And I'm just going to bounce my left foot in. So we want the right foot in the right lane and the left foot in the left lane. My hands are on my hips here, and I'm going to hinge forward. This is pyramid pose. This pose I have a degree in English. That's insane. This pose didn't feel very good in my body for a really long time. And I still have to work with it, but I do see the benefit. So hands are at the hips. And you just want to hinge forward with your chest. Slowly bringing the gaze down to the mat and then eventually to the foot. If you notice one hip trying to go further to the right or to the left, do what you can to remain neutral. And now I have my left palm on my block. If you need another block, you can totally take one. But I just like to have a little support here while I'm folding. A little water in your front knee. Big inhale. Big exhale. I'm going to try to fold a little more, so bring my knee or my nose towards my knee just a little more. Long breath in. Long breath out. And then slowly and mindfully start to bring a bend into that right knee and step your left foot up to meet your right. Take a forward fold. Big inhale to come up halfway here. Let's rinse it out. Big exhale, fold. Let's take one more halfway up here. And exhale, fold. You can step back and flow through. Move the blocks as you need. Or just ease back into downward facing dog, totally your call. Let's do the other side. So bring that left leg up and taking it on through, dropping that back knee. And let's set up for lizard on this side. So toe heeling that foot all the way over to the outer edge of the left side of the mat. And then grab your block if you need it. And then just seeing what's available over here. One side is inevitably going to be a little kinder than the other, so just honor what you got. No judgment, just observation. Big breath in wherever it is that you are. Big breath out. Just honor this side, all its differences, all its offerings, everything. Just notice. Ready, the weight goes in, or you ease over to that right forearm, press up with your left palm, slowly roll that foot down, bring it back towards the midline. I'm going to take my block tall, tuck my right toes and come on up, and just bounce the right foot in a little further. You'll have to play around with pyramid. It seems to just be different in everyone's body. So see what feels right. I'm gonna have to take my feet a little wider apart on this side because my right hip is a little tighter. So So big inhale, look up. Big exhale, hinge at your hips so you're sending the energy behind you. And then fold as you like. So I don't feel like I need the block on this side. I feel like I can fold a little deeper, which is interesting because I'm so tight over here. But just see what feels right. Left foot is in its left lane, right foot is in its right lane. And just see. Relax that nose towards your knee. Keep a little water in both of your knees. Big inhale. Big breath out. See what you can do. Maybe you want to come up halfway. Maybe that feels fun. Maybe that feels right. Big breath in. Big breath out to fold all the way back down. Put a good bend in that left knee. Step your right foot up. And come up halfway whenever you get there. On your exhale, fold. Now rise up to reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Before we move into balance, I always like to just take a moment to come back to the center, to set the drishti, to set the focus. Maybe to remind myself of an intention. Maybe to remind myself to breathe. Just come right here to this pause. One long breath in. And on your exhale, forward fold. Inhale to come up halfway. And exhale, plant your palms, step back, and flow through high and low, up to down. Arrive here in this downward facing dog and notice how it's different, how you are different than when you began practice. Slowly, mindfully start to walk your hands back towards the center line, all the way up. Without any hesitation at all. Hands come to the heart, weight goes into the left foot, right toes come out first. Bend your right knee in and give it a squeeze. So bring those palms to your knee. And take your right peace fingers out and reach for your right big toe. And if this is where your practice is this morning, just hang out right here. If you want a little more, open up your left arm. Take your eyes towards your left thumb. And then slowly and mindfully start to straighten out that right leg and open up. Big inhale. Big exhale. My foot almost went into my teacup. Be mindful of your coffee cup. If you've fallen out, you're doing it right. So no judgment, just fall right back in. Testament this morning. Last few breaths here. Long inhale. Long breath out. And when you're ready, start to make your way back towards the center. Both arms up. Release that right foot. Shake it out. Move it around a little bit. But don't talk yourself out of anything. When your energy comes back to you, when your mind starts to wander off, bring the energy into your right foot. Let your left foot come up. Bring that left knee in. Give it a deep squeeze. Get good roots in your right foot. Left peace fingers up. Peace fingers to the big toes. Open up your right arm. Falling out already. Try to find some good balance. When you're ready, open up or reach out. Small, big breath in. Big breath out. Long inhale here. Constant ebb and flow. Big breath in. Big breath out. Return to the center. Arms up. Reach up. And exhale. Shake it out. Good stuff, y'all. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Are you ready? Let's take an inhale and an exhale, forward fold. Come halfway here, inhale. Exhale to fold. One more, long breath in, nice glide back. Exhale, fold it down, step it back, flow it through. Swing your right leg up. Step bend, and open up. And if you like to flip your dog, let the weight of the top foot bring you over. Ground down through your bottom palm. Reach up through the hips. Neck is easy. Face is soft. And when you're ready to come back over, lift it up. Release it down. And let's take the other side. Move any props out of the way that might be hazardous to your flip. Nice and easy here. Top foot goes up. Breathe wherever you are. If you're just thinking about the flip, that's okay. You'll get there. Big inhale. Bigger exhale. And when you're done, slowly and mindfully come over. Release. And let's not think, let's just move, slide that right leg forward. And let's come to pigeon pose. So, pigeon pose. You can recline this. You can use a prop to bring the earth up to you a little bit. Put the hips even, or dropping evenly. I'm going to walk my hands out a little bit. Just find something that feels restful. If it doesn't feel restful, let's try a reclining pigeon. So, same benefit, different shape. So just take this on your back. With the right ankle crossing over the left knee and bringing the left knee. So different shape, same benefit, no judgment, just observation. Big inhale. Big exhale. There's debate about, well, I say debate, maybe it's just debate in my own mind about how to pronounce Yengar, Iyengar, but there's a notion within that style of practice that each posture should feel like Shavasana. Each posture should feel like rest. So in this moment, if you are not finding rest, maybe take a long inhale and a long exhale. See if you can locate it. Last one here, deep inhale. Deep breath out. Lean into that left forearm. Press up with the right palm. Inhale to look up. And if you're reclining your pigeon, you can rock up. If you're hearing the full expression of the posture, you'll just ease on your right hip and sweep that left leg around. So we're coming in a double pigeon here. Shins should be stacked. If that's not accessible, that's okay. You can just come to an easy seated position. You want to come right on the sitting bone, so you might have to readjust a little bit. And arms are going to float up. And exhale. You can fold. So if you like to round, you can round. I have a block underneath my forearms. This feels pretty nice. You want to keep your feet flexed. You can come all the way down on the forearms, or you can keep a nice flat back and just reach down through the fingertips. Just notice what feels right for you. It might change from one side to the other, or it might be all of it. Just give yourself some time and some breath. Some long inhale. Longer exhale. Whenever you feel ready, slowly start to come off the block, walk the hands back towards the shins, and sweep the feet around, and let's take pigeon on the other side. So if you're going to recline your pigeon, get set up. If you're coming into this traditional form of the posture, we're on the left side now, so left ankle drapes close to that right wrist. And take some time to set up. Try to find real big length in that right leg. And good sinking in the hips. Maybe you need the block for this side, maybe you don't. Just see what's available and work with what you got. Take one more deep breath of air all the way in. Deep breath out. And let the mind go. If you are stuck on something specific right now, I highly encourage you to remember that you're on your mat on Monday around 8 something. And you should just be right here, right now. 3 more breaths, just like this. Big in. Big out. Slowly, mindfully, when you're ready, ease into your right forearm, press up with your left palm. Come up, ease onto that left side, sweep the right leg around. We're gonna come into double pigeon on the second side. Sorry, I'm very fidgety this morning. No caffeine, you know. All right, so we want to sit up nice and tall. You want to make sure, once again, that your sitting bones are on the ground, and make sure that your shins are stacked. There's a little overlap of the feet here. So big inhale, look up. A big exhale, fold. So I'm going to try to stay nice and flat this time. Once again, if rounding feels better to you, honor that. Just notice. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And slowly and mindfully, when you're ready to release this, you'll just come straight up and let the soles of the feet find the earth and slide down towards the edge of your mat. We're gonna come onto our backs. As soon as you're there, bring the knees into the chest. Give everything a squeeze, so chin can come into the chest too. Whenever you're ready, let the head recline back. Grab the outer edges of the feet. We're gonna take a little happy baby here. I swore that I would never do this on camera, but here we are. So, I've never seen a child in this posture not smiling. So if it feels good to you, smile. The way that you get the turn is by pressing your hands into your feet and your feet into your hands. If you're not interested in the turn, you'll just find your sacrum on the earth, bend your knees, and I like to just grab my peace fingers and gently pull towards me if I'm not gonna rock. So you'll be able to get a pretty decent stretch here in hip flexors. Just be gentle. If you feel like it's a little too much pull, just come down to 1, your pointer finger holding onto your big toes. Just find the ease, find the stretch that you're looking for. Take a big inhale. Big breath out. And slowly, mindfully, when you're ready, lift the feet above your heart. And then drop the heels close to your glutes. We're just gonna work one round of good bridge pose. So option to always take a restored inversion if you want that. You'll just slide your block or your books underneath your sacrum. If you're looking for wheel pose, please warm up with just one bridge. And here we go for the traditional posture, bridge pose, Chakrasana. Pressing into the feet, let the hips roll up, let the shoulders roll under, and press your knees towards the window, pull your heart towards the wall. Big breath of air all the way in, big breath out. Neck is neutral, the expression is nice and soft. Good stuff, y'all. Big breath of air all the way in, belly up towards the ceiling. Big breath out. Navel towards your spine. One more, inhale. Big breath out. And you can hang on to it. If you're ready to let it go, slowly unwind the shoulders as you bring the hips down. And let the knees windshield wiper heavily from one side to the other. One more time, releasing the low back on either side. If you've got more wheel pose in your practice or bridge pose in your practice, don't let me stop you. If you are ready to move on, we're just going to work a little inversion here. So come back to a neutral place. And options all over the room. So you can do legs up the wall, just sliding around, putting your feet up the wall. You can grab a handy dandy block and rest your sacrum here on it. Might have to do a little adjusting, but block the sacrum, feet over heart here. You can roll back for shoulder stand. You can work on plow pose, dropping the feet behind the head, or deaf man's pose with the knees around the ears. You can work headstand, handstand, shoulder stand, anything that you're working on. Just always honor your cervical spine and give yourself plenty of time to make your transition, get into the posture. I'm going to work on headstand, Shavasana. I butcher Sanskrit. My husband's probably going to kill me if he sees me trying, but I'm sure he'll correct me later, that's okay. If headstand is not currently in your practice and you're watching this video and you're like, I can't do that, it's just one small step at a time. I believe everyone can do anything, and even if it's just getting the sensation of your head on the earth and working towards getting your feet over your heart, that's okay. Progress is progress, and that's why we practice. So, headstand here. I've got a good foundation, clasping my hands together. I'm gonna bring my forearms as close to my ears as possible. And this morning, I'm just gonna work on walking my feet towards my face, bringing one foot up, then the other, and walking my feet back. It might feel like a lot, maybe the sensation of just getting the forearms down and the head down. Just see what's good. If you are in a different inversion, just stay breathing. Just honor what shows up. Leave the rest. So we got one foot up here, and now the other one. And maybe we get the hips over the shoulders, maybe we don't. Maybe we get the feet up, or maybe we don't. It's okay. Practice makes progress. So stay with what you've got. Just make sure it feels good and you're breathing and having fun. 5 breaths, 5 more. When you're ready to roll down, do so gently. And just arrive in a resting place. And then slowly bring the left knee in towards your chest and give it a squeeze. And then change it out for your right knee. And let's bring both knees to meet. Let them fall to the left side. Open up your right arm. Let your face fall towards your right palm. If you need a block between the knees or to bring the earth up, or any prop, could be a blanket, could be a pillow, just reach for what you need to make this easier. Deep inhale. Deep breath out. Slowly start to bring the knees back in towards the midline and let them drop on over to the right side. Just so happen to have a meditation cushion, y'all. Don't have to have one of those at all. Let your face fall towards the left as your knees fall towards the right. Long inhale. Longer breath out. Slowly and mindfully make your way back towards the center. Knees come in, chin comes in. And when you're ready, ease your head back. Let your feet float out in front of you. Bring one hand to your heart, one to your belly. Let's take a deep breath of air in together. And exhale out loud. Enjoy your Shavasana. Mind is headed somewhere specific. Give it something to do. Take a full body scan. Start all the way at the bottom with your toes. Work your way up towards your hips. All the way up towards your shoulders, the crown of your head, everywhere in between. Just notice yourself. Shavasana is a position that you can take for as long as you like, as often as you need. I recommend anywhere between 7 and 3 minutes. 7 and 3. Do you have it when I don't have coffee? 3 to 7 minutes, 3 to 10 minutes. However long it is that you have, it is imperative to spend it with yourself, with your breath, where more self-discovery lives. So take this Shavasana for as long as you like. Eventually bringing awareness back into the body, back into the toes, and working its way up. Eventually making your way onto your favorite side, and up into an easy seated position. Just noticing all the sensations during the transitions in between. Noticing what feelings come up or what feelings have gone. And how good it feels to let them go. When you're ready, just find an easy seated position. Take a full breath of air all the way in. Let it out loud. Float the arms. Take one more big breath in. Let the hands come to heart center. It is truly my prayer and hope that every single day we are greeting each other with understanding and peace, and that we're offering that to every single person that we meet. Until we practice together again, my friends. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining the 8 a.m. y'all. I'll see you if you're a pregnant person expecting to be, or a parent supporting another parent. I hope to see y'all at 10:30 for prenatal and postnatal. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.